So that was a Trump rally, right? Like, I just want to make sure I'm not tweaking. Like that was supposed to be a Trump rally. You bring in a Puerto Rican woman who is one of the most acclaimed boxers in history. She fights like hell, and you give the win by 1 point after making a deduction to a white woman who cheated. And she's Irish, and I love Ireland. I'm a. But if you've ever been to Boston, you know the Irish flag has been twisted to carry a very different connotation in certain places. And then for the main event, you have a 27-year-old YouTuber with a very well defined fan base fighting a 58-year-old, and not just any 58-year-old, a 58-year-old that was boxing professionally 12 years before the other guy was even born. One of the most legendary boxers of all time who also has a history of sexual violence. Like, it fits the narrative of what the whole event was about. It's like Tyson was embodying this image of the black brute, some old warship that was being towed off, or a beast that was in its final days. Like, it was dehumanized, an affirmation of moral bankruptcy on several counts, and an opportunity to subconsciously reinforce a bunch of terrible stereotypes. It was literally that scene in Doom where Feyd-Rautha Harkonnen is supposed to fight all of those wounded Atreides generals as a way to like whip up nationalistic fervor on Arrakis or whatever. Not Arrakis, the other planet. Like, we're in a historical moment where we're just ripping sci-fi scripts or copy-pasting the 20th century. And this guy lives in Puerto Rico, bro. He has people in his corner with Make America Healthy Again hats. This dude moved to Puerto Rico for tax reasons. And it all takes place in Texas, certified by the Texas Athletic. It's just branded red state, red state. Like, Texas is dope, but like there's a reason. There's so many micro and macro aggressions I clocked, it's hard to keep track of all of them. But I think what really struck me overall was that it felt like a metaphor for the cheapening of and self-consumption of America, and like the narratives that America has been running on for the previous century. It felt like how people think that Nashville is still a music city, and they go to Nashville because they want a piece of Americana and country music culture, just to find that it's all just a facade, kind of like a Vegas of the East Coast, where people go to try and get in touch with something that has been gone for a long, long time. I didn't see the speech itself because I turned the TV off, but I just watched it on TikTok. And the speech itself made me think of Birth of a Nation. It made me think of Triumph of the Will. But something else that stuck out to me was when the reporter asked Logan Paul if he would ever box Mike Tyson. He was just like, "I'll kill you, Mike." And he said it not in a way like, "I'll kill you in the ring." Like, he just said it like, "I would happily take your life." That was the tone. And honestly, no one can tell me it wasn't at this point. Like, I'm just too familiar with that tone. Other things that stuck out to me, when Shaq was ringside getting interviewed with Gronk, Gronk said like, "Oh yeah, we're not really friends. I'm just trying to make some money." Like, it was said as a joke, but again, like, it just felt like a very thinly veiled statement, much in the way that everything about that night seemed to be a thinly veiled message. It's funny because the national anthem plays before most sporting events in the US. And, you know, people put their hands over their hearts. That's always been a thing. And maybe it's because it was in Texas, but I swear I've never seen that many people put their hands over their hearts during the national anthem. And while it already makes me uncomfortable in a lot of less intense circumstances, looking at that, just seeing the sea of people with their hands over their hearts, I was just like, this is scary looking. Another detail, I think they were Dallas I think they were Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders holding up the round cards or something like that. But one of them was just like very attractive. Like, she caught my eye, and I couldn't help but notice that she wasn't there anymore. Like, when the main fight happened, like, she was there for the Serrano fight. And then, like, when it was time to announce the Jake Paul fight, all of a sudden it was just the two white cheerleaders that were there. I was like, where'd she go? I'm just saying. And then she appeared after the fight was over again. But I was just like, I swear they took her out for that moment that they knew would be the most photographed and filmed moment of the fight. I'm just saying I noticed her absence, and I hope she's having a good day. In all seriousness, and I rarely say this kind of thing because I think it's our job to be observers, but that fight was so gross in such a specific way that I want it out of my brain. Like, I really wish I never watched it. I should have taken a lot of people's advice and just never tuned in. But yeah, that was gross.
To give a thanks to all the real heroes, the U.S. military, the doctors, the nurses in the ER, the cops, the firefighters, the farmers, the truck drivers, all the people who make this world go around. Thank you, America. It's the era of truth. It's the era of good. There's a shift in the world, and good is rising. The truth is rising. I'm just honored to be a part of America, and it feels like we're back, baby.
Mike, back to you. Logan, I think he said you might be next.
Motherfucker, I'll kill you, Mike.
Oh, please, no.
Watch my man jacket. He got the skulls and bones on the back of his jacket. Jake Paul, look at this. Watch this. Watch the ghost pattern on his jacket. There you go. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Wow. Wow. My boy.
I just left the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. I'm literally outside of the stadium right now. The number of Trump hats that I have seen tonight is absolutely crazy. Not only did I see like the red hats, the red like Make America Great Again hats, I'm literally just walking out. I just seen like 6 or 7 hats. They now have the black ones with the like white letterings that say Make America Great Again. I saw kids with hats on. The energy is just weird. It feels weird, it feels off, and even in like Jake Paul's speech, it don't piss me off.
Over to Trump, and he's trying to talk to Trump and Elon, and they're giving this body language like, we don't want to talk to you, we don't want to be associated with you. John Jones seems to pick up on it instantly because his body language changes and he just turns about face and walks away. I used to work a job where one of the more interesting things I did was get some endorsement deals for Israel Adesanya, and one of the things I can say about the marketing intention behind events like this on the part of the vendors, on the part of the UFC commission, they're targeting young men. And there are so many ways, shapes, and forms that events like this and a sport like UFC is used as a pipeline to funnel people into like crazy conservative red pill ass stuff. Which makes it hard if you're just trying to appreciate the sport, because it's like, can I get this without the propaganda on the side? This shit's crazy.